If I were to ask you, how much power do you actually hold? How would you value it? Can you measure your power? Can you actually define a certain level or degree of your own power that you are able to activate? What are the boundary conditions of your power? Are you threatened by it? Do you know how to use it? Do you fully understand its purpose and application in your reality? Or is your power somewhat elusive to you? And are you confused by the power of your power? Meaning, do you feel somewhat disassociated from that energy of potentiality that lives within you? Every single one of us has a depth and wealth of power that we don't even know how to fully harness. And this leads to the secret of willpower that defines either our success, luck, and alignment in reality, or the lack of it. Because it is through our connection to our own willpower that we can better understand why it is that reality feels in the way that it does. As your willpower is the bridge between the inner world and the outer reality. It is the lever that allows you to either manipulate energy intentionally and consciously, or to abuse it, or to entirely remove yourself from the power within reality. Willpower really comes down to how in touch you are with your own potential, whether you see yourself as full of potential, worthiness, and value, which is inherently a subjective definition that you apply to yourself. If you feel powerful, what you've already actualized is a sense of the power that you possess, which allows you to achieve certain things. It is due to the cause and effect relationship between yourself and things that you can create in your reality that you learn your own power. For example, if you learn that through the power of your thoughts, you're able to create defined behaviors that lead to certain outcomes, you're able to ascertain that the energetic value of your thought forms breeds powerful actions and decisions in your reality, which allows for actual tangible success. Likewise, if you're able to see the power in your heart's consciousness, and you give rise to more of these inner sensations that lead you down a certain intuitive, purposeful path, you will come to see that these powerful subconscious intentions shape a reality that feels in alignment with you. What power really comes down to is what you choose to honor as the source of power in your life. And this could be multitudinous in nature. If you value certain darker elements within your being, for example, manipulative tactics, strategy, or your ego's ability to create certain outcomes through skillful negotiation of factors in life, then you may come to see your power through egoic tactics. You may come to find that your identity is powerful only because of certain learned behaviors that allow you to feel a sense of power in your life. However, this sense of power is convoluted, and it comes through an inherent lack of power that you experienced in your early life. This is where we can really start to get into the heart of what power really means to us, because power can be equally used to deflect attention from our authentic source of power within, as it can be to actualize the full potential of heart-mind coherence and the powerful connection to source and our own spirit. In the case of the former aspect of the equation, manipulation and any kind of power that we derive through false motives, through deceit, through turning against our own soul and choosing to align with immoral and unvirtuous values and actions, allows us to feel that we are manipulating reality through a manipulated version of ourselves. What's important to think about is that any time we're manipulating anybody or anything outside of us in a deceitful and unvirtuous way, what we're doing is we're actually manipulating ourselves. And what this really comes down to is an early moment in our lives when we felt we couldn't be honest and fully open to our own power because our power wasn't received. If you felt at any point in your life like when you showed up authentically and projected your truth, providing an honest statement of how you feel and what you think you are in alignment with, and that power was shut down, you start to associate your own power with powerlessness. You start to look down upon your own authenticity and actually question whether your truth, your honesty, your integrity, and authenticity is even worth fully expressing in your reality. Which means that When it comes to thinking about what you want to have empower your reality, you bring into question all of the values and the way that they were once perceived by other people. Power is, in many ways, a reflection of what we feel is powerful through how our own power was received. Meaning that how you currently perceive your own power relates to whether or not people found you powerful in your early life, because this sets your subconscious mind up to devise certain definitions of power and to prioritize certain things that you think are worth storing in the seat of power to rule your reality. Now think about what's dominating in your field. If you feel powerless right now, it's because you are looking down upon certain values that people did not respect in you. Due to any diminishment in your value or worthiness in prior circumstances in life, you may now be reflecting the same kind of victimized mentality in your inner world. If you don't see that there is potentiality to be found in your light aspects, you're going to turn to the dark side of the self or to the shadow, where the repression of power is really contained, in order to find adverse ways of expressing your power. This could be through victim consciousness, for example, where very often victims will try to express their power through manipulating other people to pity them and to sympathize with them because they believe they don't actually have the power to change their reality. Now, within victim consciousness, we can see there's a desperate cry for attention and for power. However, power is actually stolen in every attempt to remain a victim. Whenever you feel like you don't have power, you're actually solidifying your own powerlessness, rather than seeing that those past circumstances and all the trials and tribulations you might have ever gone through were actually necessary lessons to expand your power and to amplify the qualities that may have once been disempowered in the eyes of other people. So when it comes to redefining this power game within your own field, it's important to think about when you have ever questioned your power in the past. What do you doubt is powerful? What aspects of yourself do you feel cannot be brought into the seat of power to fully express and to own? Because if you're not owning your genuine source of power, there's always going to be some antagonistic interchange of energies at play. Whether that involves seeking power through ulterior motives and by choosing to become more egoic in your outer experience, or by choosing to simply renounce your own power and to take the back seat as a victim looking for new ways to feel empowered through these manipulative and sly attempts to steal it from other people. Power is simply this ping-pong game of learning how to handle energy and how to actualize the intention or the why behind your experience. Those who feel powerful simply understand that reality is entirely a mirror of our awareness, which means for you to actualize your power, you need to understand what is your why behind being here. Why do you do what you want to do? Why are you expressing the way that you are? If you're not actually connected to this origin of how your energy is moving throughout your reality, you aren't going to feel powerful because you're simply going to be disassociated from that source of inner power. So to know your power is to understand you're the root of what you think. You are ultimately the root of how you feel. You're the root of the coherence or the lack of it in your physical field. And if there's anything you feel is not up to you, you have dismissed the part where you are actually manipulating your perspective to hold space for these subjective opinions of whether you're powerful or not. If you want to gain more power, you need to lean into what is the power for? Because power is given to every vessel of consciousness to participate actively in the interchange of energy. Everyone has power to the degree that they're able to give themselves the ability to fully participate in life. This again is why victims are people that take themselves out of reality and choose to dismiss the importance of emotional transmutation and alchemizing any past experience into the opportunity for future growth and positive gains. In order to enhance your power, you need to understand what will you be doing with this power that you can access that's already the primordial essence in your physical field. It serves an important purpose. Just like Kundalini energy or any dormant creative or sexual life force that we can tap into within our being. This energy arises when it is stoked, like a flame ignited by the voice of purpose and reason, We must lean into our power and find a way to activate it by choosing to enable the experience of power. Because whenever you feel like power enters your physical field, there is an intention that arises because of it. Likewise, we can reverse engineer the equation and create a powerful experience by finding reasons to be powerful and to equip ourselves to handle this power intelligently and consciously. Power comes into our field in order to allow for intuitive responses, for creativity, for growth, inspiration, achievement, catalysis, to breathe love, harmony, and joy in the collective, to find ways to activate our wisdom and intelligence through the realm of the heart, and to understand that ultimately there is no power through just egoic responses. Although you may feel powerful through more doing, thinking, and behaving in egoic ways, ultimately the most powerful experience is the experience of the heart, because the heart's field is significantly more powerful than our own mental intellect. Therefore, when you synchronize between the mental and heart-based centers, you allow yourself to receive a kind of higher power which starts guiding you to actualize the power in every single moment of now. You're able to see that there is willpower that is naturally rooted in simply the experience of acting on the impetus for change that exists in every single moment. When you're fully surrendered to the now moment, you start to experience a will to live and to fully taste the physical experience, and to hold space for more and more experiences and integration of what this now moment is providing. Power equips you to fully take in life and to act upon the urge to do something about your feeling state. And the lack of power dulls this experience. It either takes you purely into the mental space in which you feel these feelings that are not allowing you to be integrated in reality, or you're simply drowning in emotions that aren't able to lead to tangible actions. In either case, too much thinking or too much feeling puts you in a state of disempowerment, because the only way to activate your willpower is to find a way to harmonize. Now, willpower can also be taken to the masculine point of overexertion and dominating in the will to prove yourself, or to be so detached from your experience of feeling that you're constantly stuck in the state of doing and acting on the urge to keep giving energy to some outcome rather than choosing to simply surrender and be in the space of feminine receptivity. If you're feeling like power is something that keeps you on a hamster wheel of needing to create, do, and give to the world experience, rather than simply absorbing the energy of the power that you hold within yourself, it's important to see that discipline is as much a spiritual endeavor as it is a mental and physical one. To be disciplined is not just to allow yourself to handle physical demands. That could be working out constantly, or constantly doing something, working, feeding your mind, or growing in certain physical ways. To be disciplined emotionally and spiritually is to allow your spirit to experience perpetual expansion, meaning that you're likewise synthesizing deeper feelings, thoughts. You're allowing for creative and inspirational energy to fill you with spontaneous creative shifts that give you the urge to act not just based on reason, but heartfelt intuitive signals as well. If you lack willpower, it's very likely the case that you don't fully love yourself to the degree that you can act upon the passion to experience an expression of yourself that is authentic in your physical reality. If you feel that you don't deserve to have an experience of success, joy, abundance, or love, you're going to feel some subconscious constraint that is blocking you from actually exerting your own energy to achieve these outcomes, meaning that you must feel deserving enough of experiencing your own power to even experience that power in your reality. You must see that you are powerful as you are, all alone, notwithstanding anything that you are creating through conditional applications of your energy. Because when you surrender to your own field and genuine essence, you will see that power is something that doesn't need to be sought after or developed. It is something simply activated through the honest experience of leaning into your energy and allowing for this mind-heart coherence to bring you into an actualized state in your reality. Willpower can be developed through different activities which allow you to be consistent with yourself. It could include meditating on a daily basis, partaking in certain self-reflective exercises such as journaling, or practicing mindfulness, spending time in nature, disconnected from your cell phone and from any kind of distractions to be fully present with your own mind, body, heart, and spirit. It can also include being so mindful of your relationships and dynamics within reality that you are choosing to willfully exert your energy in a certain way, maintaining true values like integrity, honesty, authenticity, courage, bravery, and passion. Because when you allow yourself to fully embody these inherent traits of your being, you are allowing your power to show up fully in these given situations. If you hold yourself back, it is fear that is limiting your spirit from becoming the actualized and powerful version of yourself. That power could be there, but every time this subconscious constraint arises, which could be a limiting belief telling you you're not good enough, or maybe a feeling that you might not be worthy or unable to rise to the occasion, you're compressing your energy to the degree that you can't let your power come through in those moments. What's keeping you from being powerful might simply be this phantom effect, leading you to be constricted rather than fully expanded to the opportunity that any situation is providing you. Because in any moment of life, there is an opportunity to be powerful, to be yourself, to transmute any powerlessness, victimhood, and unconsciousness of your past, and even to remove entire generational chains of trauma by you choosing to do things differently. Because power means you become a revolutionary of your own spirit. You choose to show up in such a way that you don't need validation, approval, or any other confirmations coming from the mind or ego to simply show up in this fully embodied statement of your energy. That energy knows how it needs to express, and if you allow it to, it will feel powerful. It will feel charismatic, courageous, honest, and fully expressive. It will be able to move mountains and to create new kinds of solutions that you previously were not able to, because the absolute maximum potential of power we can tap into will always be achieved when we get out of our own way and allow power to empower ourselves through our own vehicle of consciousness. Ultimately, we gain control by letting go of it, and this applies to power as well. If you're seeking power, you are diminishing your own power. If you're choosing to apply your power in certain conditional ways, you don't actually believe in the depth of your own powerful ability to simply experience this power in a complete multidimensional sense of the word. If you want to experience the full depth and range of your powerful abilities, let yourself explore them, meaning you choose to integrate the power of your physical being, your mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies of consciousness simultaneously. You can achieve this by doing physical fasting, for example. Choosing to go on a water fast or a dry fast alone will test your power and help you see whether you are able to activate your willpower to the extent that you can regulate your emotional and physical state to not need physical sustenance all the time. Likewise, choosing to disconnect from certain things that you feel highly attached to on either the physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual planes allows you to see who you really are without the connection to these things that you think you need to experience your own power. Power is a primordial spirit that lives within you. It's an energy that can never die, but it can be suppressed to the point that you don't recognize it is innately a part of you. And so choose to disconnect from everything that isn't powerful to find more reasons to activate your power in ways that provide a meaning for existence. Power allows you to bring in change that your emotions may be beckoning you to bring forth. Power is something that cannot be curbed, and you cannot find excuses to avoid your own power, because as soon as you try to get in the way of it, you taint the extent of that power. And your relationship with it ultimately comes down to how much you will yourself to be in alignment with that power. Imagine that power is a powerful friend that's always on your side and always within reach. However, for it to be accessible, you must choose to look at yourself not as a physical being that needs to attach to sources of power in order to experience it, but rather as a multidimensional vehicle of awareness that will feel powerful as soon as you perceive yourself in the highest possible manner, meaning you choose to unify and you see the power found in the subtle action of creating a state of wholeness within your being and choosing to take that awareness, that wisdom, that bravery, those truths and the values that you espouse deep down and letting them fully rule your life and be translated in every dynamic, relationship, interaction, and entanglement that you physically experience. because everything is a chance to be more powerful and to bring a seed of your power to help inspire other people to experience the same. But to do so, you must allow yourself to willfully experience this alignment to your power at all times and to let nothing jeopardize your ability to experience it from within.